The following program is a Nighthawk Network presentation.
This is the story about an African-American woman who is passionate about professional wrestling and goes to countless events. She then, one day, gets the idea to start a wrestling talk podcast to talk about her favorite wrestlers and wrestling programs. She has a home podcasting room full of wrestling memorabilia that she uses to do the show, and every week you can tune in and join in the conversation.
Well, good evening, my gems. Welcome to Rumble Time. Well, ah, we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna do something a little different tonight. This is Black History Month, and this is a perfect way to start this off because I had been wanting to do this and start talking about some of the wrestlers from back in the day. So this sets this up perfectly. Now, uh one thing I am going to mention. Okay, can you hear me? Oh, okay. My thing went closed on me for some reason. Okay. Uh, okay. So now we're gonna mention this individual. We're gonna just because he was, for Black History, the Man in Black from last night's Raw. Um, yeah. Okay. Um, Austin Theory was in his little qualification match for Elimination Chamber, and who popped up? The Man in Black. Now, that was Seth Rollins. That was Seth Rollins.
Wait a minute. Hold on, look quick. Hold on. How do we know that was Seth Rollins?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I say it was Seth Rollins. Okay, when he hit your boy, and he was standing there, and he was doing that little run in place, just itching for him to get up, and so he could come stop him. Um, that was Seth because I was looking at how he was doing it. I was like, "Oh, that's Seth." As soon as he started doing it, I said, "That's Seth." Then when he hit the curb stomp, that was a clean, smooth curb stomp. That was Seth. That wasn't the dude that did it at the Royal Rumble. Because the dude that did it at the Royal Rumble, that was a sloppy stomp. It was sloppy. It was off. That was not Seth. But Monday night, that was Seth. I know that when as soon as he started running and doing that little running place, that little yes, get up, get up, get up, get up, I knew who it was. I said, that's Seth. That is Seth right there. I said, I can't see worth a darn, but I know that's Seth. And then what in the world is going on with my phone? Okay, so for some reason my phone keeps wanting to close on me. So if it close, I just give me a minute. I'll be back on. Um, as soon as he and then once he your boy got up and he hit the curb stomp, I said, that's it. That's it. You just sealed it. You just sealed it because he was smooth. It was clean, just like Seth does. I said, that's Seth. That's Seth right there. Who that other person was at the Royal Rumble, I don't know who that was, but yeah, last night was Seth.
But see, now
So
they saying that it could have been the damn John Moxley.
that wasn't no John Moxley. That wasn't John Moxley. And I'm gonna tell you why it wasn't John Moxley. John Moxley still got some years on his contract with AEW. So it was not Moxley. People can stop saying that. He ain't coming back. He's not coming back. I know people want him to come back and they
I
want this
want him
whole big
back. I want him back. Lunatic Fringe. Oh yeah.
everybody wants him to come back and they want this whole big shield, reunion type deal and stuff. Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't happening. So yeah, that's not gonna happen. It was not. It was. So many people wants him to return, and yeah, but he still got some time on his contract, and yeah, we're not gonna get John Moxley. Yeah, so yeah, but yeah, last night that was Seth. Ain't no yeah, that was Seth. So, and I'm gonna go ahead and mention this while I'm at it. Um, what's his name? Braun Breaker. Yeah, he done hurt himself. He done hurt himself. He had to have hernia surgery. Now, some people are reporting that he is out indefinitely, and I'm like, you can't say that. You are not a physician, so please go somewhere and sit down and be quiet. And oh, Michael Cole said it. See, when Michael Cole and them be talking, I zone out. I zone out and start doing other things because you can't really say he's out indefinitely, and he could come back. Now, if he is out indefinitely, that's his fault because didn't nobody tell him to flip over that announce table like that. They are saying that's how he got the hernia, how he hurt himself when he that Monday night after the Royal Rumble, when he flipped that table over, that was when he got the hernia. Well, I guess you shouldn't have been flipping tables. Okay, no, I'm sorry. That's not nice. I shouldn't laugh at that. Um, I don't know what to tell him because didn't nobody tell him to do that. Because he said in an interview he's finding himself, he's starting to be himself, and he's starting to be his own person. No, you're not. You're doing the same crap your uncle is doing. You're wigging out and you're doing just over the edge type stuff, and yeah, it's not good for you. Now you done hurt your
I
daggone self, and
said it.
now you done had to have surgery. So yeah. So they're saying that he could be out anywhere from now. When I did look up for hernia surgery, it is anywhere from to well 3 to 6 months. Now one case said 3 to 6 weeks, but that was for a regular person that can do little light stuff. For a wrestler, we're talking 3 to 6 months. So he's 9 times out of 10, he's gonna miss WrestleMania. So the whole thing was it was predicted that he would be facing Seth at WrestleMania. So they're gonna have to go in a different direction for this now because he done what? Hurt himself. So we just gonna have to see how this goes. Um so yeah. So as of right now, it's up in the air how long he's going to be out. And yeah, that's all. Yeah. Oh well, wait a minute. There's one other thing I got to talk about. I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. Okay. Well, two things. Let's go ahead and just knock these on out and get them out of the way. Friday night on SmackDown, Drew McIntyre got jumped on twice. Cody jumped on him, then Jacob jumped on him. Drew just had a rough night. That's all it was. He just had a rough night. I was like, you just need to go somewhere and sit down. Then he just had to come out there and run off at the mouth, and he was talking about some stuff. I don't even know what he was talking about because I just zoned him out. I was like, you better go somewhere before you get knocked down again. Um, you done got jumped on twice now, so yeah, you might want to go sit down. Now, let's talk about Cody. Okay, now Cody, after he jumps on him, he's in the ring because this opens up the show. Him jumping on Drew, and then he's in the ring and he's talking about something. First of all, that ain't got nothing to do with you. If say you just have to have attention without saying you have to have attention, that's Cody Rhodes. Because when he started running off at the mouth, and he brought up the segment from Monday night with Punk and our tribal chief, he you know interjected himself into something that had nothing to do with him. Didn't nobody call your name. Didn't nobody say nothing about you. Wasn't even a thought in that. But of course, he had to say something. I'm like, you just have to have some kind of attention. There's something wrong with you. So, and then he mentioned the little what the little nickname everybody had given him, the little Raheem nickname. He actually used it. Go back and look at the promo, because yeah. Um, So he uses the little name and everything. Some people got upset and stuff about it. I'm like, y'all idiots is the one that gave him the daggone nickname in the first place. So don't get mad because he's using it. So I was like, just shut him up. Just shut him up. Somebody just make him stop. Because at this point, it's irritating. You got a problem with Drew. Stick with the problem and issue with Drew. Okay. Um, the only reason why you got the belt when you got the belt is because Triple H like you. Let's be real about it. Okay? And I'm pretty sure that was part of the agreement when, you brought your little happy butt back. We're gonna make sure you get the world, the either the undisputed title or whatever. So yeah. So yeah, miss me with that. Cause you couldn't beat Roman Reigns on his worst day. Um, that's all I'm gonna say about that. So yeah, he had to interject himself into something that had nothing to do with him. Didn't nobody ask him to make no comment about it or nothing. You don't even hold a title. So what you had to open up your mouth. I could see Drew saying something about it, which he did say something. Like I said, I have no clue what he said because I zoned out because I didn't want to hear nothing he had to say. I was like, you need to go somewhere and sit down and nurse them wounds before somebody knock you down again because you done got jumped on not once but twice tonight. Yeah. So, that yeah. So that's the highlights. I said I was going. Why is my phone keep trying to do this? Yeah, not tonight. Come on, I need you to hold on. So yeah, so we still don't know who Drew is gonna face, but I have a feeling it's gonna be a triple threat match. I have a feeling it's gonna be Cody and the Samoan Werewolf facing Drew at WrestleMania. I hope that's how it plays out. I mean, I really, would not like Cody in the picture, but I can't always get what I want. So I have a feeling that's how it's gonna play out. Now I'm hoping that they will put the title on the Samoan Werewolf because that's what I want. I do not want it back on Cody. I don't care nothing about Cody. I am sick of Cody. I'm sick of people keep bringing up about this stupid story. There was not even a freaking story because his dad we're gonna finish the story because his dad did not get title. His dad wasn't even looking for the daggone title. His dad was trying to get back where home. He was trying to get back home. That's why he put up with Vince's crap. When Vince put him in those stupid bright polka dots, that's why he put up with it. Because he was trying to get where back home, where he belonged. He wasn't thinking about no title in no WWE. I mean WWF, whatever it was called back then. He wasn't thinking about that. So that whole crap with finishing the story is just that crap. So I'm tired of hearing about it. All right. So I would love for, the title to go on to Jacob. You know, um, yeah, because if you did not see on Saturday night main event, that he's and people are still talking about what he said on the way to the ring. It don't Jacob don't get no more realer. When I say he can cut a promo, he can cut a promo. He said, from I went from EBT to the WWE. I was like, it don't get no realer than that. That was real from the heart. Jacob is the type of person you can relate to. And those of us like myself that discovered him before the WWE and stuff, and I was like, "Ooh, who you? I like you. You talk junk." I mean, I saw him cut promos before WWE. I saw one where he told this dude, he said, "Don't get it twisted. I fight for real." I was like, yes, I like you. Why we ain't got you? We need you. So I had to get more information about him. That's how I found the interviews about him. That's how I found out he really did not want to wrestle. That's how I found out who his dad was and well, not was, who his dad is and everything. I was like, well, get out of here. That's your dad. Lord. Like I personally know his dad. Y'all should have seen me, especially when I was telling KB. KB looking at me like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, okay. I don't know which one that is, but okay, you do. So, but I really want that title to go on to Jacob. And if Triple H don't give me what I want, I'm gonna be really upset. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, oh, my phone is making me mad tonight. It is really, 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 really. Oh wait a minute, I got 34%. Let's see what we can do with 34% before I can put it back on this stupid charge, and then maybe I can keep it open because um, I'm gonna talk about two people. Everybody talks about it's certain folks you always hear about during Black History Month. It is. It's all You 9 times out of 10, you gonna hear somebody talk about uh Bobo Brazil, Ernie Ladd, the big cat Ernie Ladd. Uh Now some people talk about Thunderbolt Patterson and JYD, the Junkyard Dog. But I'm gonna talk about two dudes that was they was my I liked them growing up. I liked them. I remember them from their days in world class championship wrestling. If you don't know world class championship wrestling, that was the Von Erichs territory, and they have given us. Well, it's still doing it. Okay, let's see. We gonna make it, y'all. We gonna make it through this. They have given us some wonderful matches, and they have given us. I have discovered so many wonderful wrestlers over the years came through there. Came through there. Now, first up on the list tonight is my boy, Iceman Parson. I liked Iceman. Now, Iceman had a different. He had a unique hairstyle. and I liked it. I had asked my mom. I was like, I want to do my hair like that, and she told me, "Girl, go somewhere and sit down and get out of my face." It don't hurt to ask. Now, uh, his name is King Bailey Parsons Jr. He was born June 11th, 1950. Um, now his ring name, he had two ring names, Iceman Parsons and King Parsons. I remember both of them. Well, wait a minute, he had three. The third one he used was Blackbird. I don't remember that one. I just remember the Iceman Parsons and the King Parsons. Um, his height was 5'10", and his build weight was 245 pounds. He debuted in 1979, and he retired in 2005. Um, Now over the years, he been through a lot of the territories, a lot of, because some of these I didn't even know existed. Apparently, there was a NWA um that was out of the Houston area. I was like, okay, I didn't know that, because all I've ever known is Jim Crockett, the Jim Crockett promotion. And I was like, I'm gonna have to sit down. What'd you say, E?
I say I know that one because that's where Booker T and them come from.
Okay. So I just knew the one on in my neck of the woods, Jim Crockett. So I was like, I'm gonna have to start, really doing some research and mapping out all the smaller promotions you know, that were around back in the day. Um, Before Vince just decided, hey, I'm just gonna be a butt and try to put everybody out of business. But during his time in world class, he feuded with some of the best. One Man Gang, Chris Adams, the Freebirds. Um, Now I remember those feuds. I was, yeah, and then I realized I'm old. I remember when they cut his hair, and yes, I was highly upset. And once again, I was like, good Lord, you're old because you can actually say you remember this stuff. So he has faced off and wrestled with, let's see, he wrestled, of course, with the Von Erichs, Junkyard Dog, um, Rocky Johnson, um, Rick Rude, all of the Freebirds. Let's see, who am I missing? Oh yeah, he was also managed by Skandor Akbar, and he was managed by Percy Pringle. Now, if you did not know, and they didn't write this correctly, it was Percy Pringle the Third. That's how he was billed. If you did not know, Percy Pringle the Third goes on to be Paul Bearer, the Undertaker's manager. Yes, that's where, before he was even Paul Bearer, he was Percy Pringle the Third. He was in WCCW. I remember he had blonde hair. He was a trip. He was something else. I'm telling you, I need to see where I can find those old matches, because I'm telling you, Though he was wild back then. But I do remember he did. He he did wrestle. Um uh he was his manager. He was uh Iceman's manager. Now, um
Hold on, wait a minute, Queen. Hold on. You mean
yeah.
to tell me you went to your mama and said, "Mama, I want my hair to look like this."
Uh-huh.
Ooh,
Uh-huh.
girl, go sit down.
See see okay, y'all gotta understand something about me. Actually, okay, y'all see all this hair on my head now. This is the longest I have had hair on my head. And the only reason that this hair is still on my head is because I made a promise. And yeah, I don't like hair. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't like my hair. My hair is thick and my hair is hard to deal with. So I will cut my hair off in a minute. And I'm borderline now, close to cutting it now because I hate my hair. And combing my hair is a nightmare. Yeah. The only reason, like I said, the only reason I have not cut my hair off is because I did. I made the last time I cut my hair completely all the way off was 2022. Yeah, that was the last time I cut my hair off. And I completely off. And I did. I made the promise that I would not cut it off like that again. So that's the only reason why I still have hair. But I might cut this down because this is just ridiculous at this point. But yeah, I did. I asked, could I do my hair like that, and she did. She told me to go somewhere and sit down because yeah, I was ticking her off because I was like, hey, just two braids. That's all I need. I thought that was the coolest thing. Was his hair was I thought that was the coolest thing. Just like the Hawk's hair. I liked his and everything. And yeah, yeah, I'm different. Okay. So um so yeah, yeah, he's been through the territories. Now he's been through the territories. But now, um, after the passing of his friend Chris Adams in 2001, and we're going to talk about that on a show. Because when I tell you, first of all, I didn't know Chris Adams had passed. My son sent me a little like documentary about it, and he was like, "Do you know who this wrestler is?" And I was like, "Wait a minute, he gone?" I was like, yeah, I know who he is. I didn't know he was going. And then I looked at it. And the what we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get into it. But the way he passed, something about the whole situation just did not sit right with me. We, I'm telling you, there's going to be a show about the strange passing of a couple wrestlers, especially in the WCCW wrestlers. We're going to talk about Chris Adams. Well, back then he was called Gentleman Chris Adams. Yep. Yeah. It was just the whole situation was just something don't add up. Something's not right about it. But we're gonna talk about it. And another one we're gonna talk about is Gino Hernandez. That was another one. I remember when he passed. And it was horrible because the way it went down, it was like, well, who did it? We're going to talk about both of them because, especially Geno's. Geno's has always bugged me because I'm like, well, who, how? How did they do? It was confusing. Like, how they get in there and get out of there and ain't nobody seen nothing, heard nothing, know nothing, nothing. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all this. When the news first hit that Gino was no longer with us, the first thing we said, me and my mama looked at each other and said, Chris did it. We was we was talking about Chris Adams because at the time, Gino and gentleman Chris Adams was feuding with each other. And the storyline was, which everybody thought was real, that Gino had blinded Chris with some hair, the hair remover cream. He had thrown it into his eyes, and so Chris was supposed to be blind. So we thought that Chris had did it, or he had somebody to do it. Well, like I said, we're gonna get more into it because as I got older and started finding out, more details, and especially with you know, the internet, coming about and everything, and you getting more getting interviews, and you getting to see interviews with different people and stuff. I found out Chris was into some stuff he shouldn't have been into. And at the time, Gary Hart was his manager, and Gary tried to tell him to sit down somewhere, but he didn't want to listen. So, yeah, we're gonna have to talk about them too because those two was their passing was just it was strange. It was strange. Once we get into it, y'all will understand more when we get into the details of it.
All right, from our commentary board, we got Road checking in. Hey, Queen. Hey, Eric. What's up, Road?
Hey, Road. Now, okay, yeah, after the passing of his friend Chris Adams in 2001 and suffering a serious back injury from a car accident, Parsons cut back on his appearances. He is semi-retired, appearing from time to time with a few independent promotions in Texas. Now, on the last appearance that they got listed for him was on September the 1st, 2018. He teamed with Marshall and Ross Von Erich, and they defeated Tatanka, Kid Cash, and Aero Club Coyote at World Class Revolution. Now, he has held some championships over the years in different promotions, from Big D Wrestling to WCCW to the NWA. I mean, he's held some titles, some their different heavyweight titles, like the UFW heavyweight championship. Uh, for world class, the NWA American Heavyweight Championship. He's held several tag team titles. Six-man tag team titles. The list goes on and on. Um, PWI in 1991 ranked him number 69 um, of the 500 best single wrestlers, and in 2003 he was ranked number 249 of the 500 best single wrestlers. And I was like, what you mean? Then you gonna rank him 249? But I had to keep in mind by this time he probably wasn't wrestling as much, and you got new people coming in, so he's not gonna be that high up on the list. So I had to, because I was about to get a whole attitude about that. Okay, let's see here. Now, next up, his name is his birth name is Theodore Russell. Um, Born October the 15th, 1948, and I'm really upset that I did not know he passed. But he passed away on January the 17th, 2012. And his ring name was Savannah Jack. Now, I didn't realize how short of his time in wrestling was until I started looking into this. But um, let's see. He was billed at 6'2". They don't have his weight. Billed from Savannah, Georgia. He debuted in 1985 and he retired in 1987. Um, I didn't realize it was such a short time period. Now I did remember he was like here one day, gone the next, that type deal. So I was like, well, yeah, that is about right because now he before Shawn Michaels in the Super Kick, that it was Savannah Jack. That's who the first person I was. That's the first person that I saw do the Super Kick. And when he kicked you, you wasn't getting back up. I thought that was so fascinating. I thought he was supposed to get everybody in the face. Like I said, I remember him from his WCCW days. Um, Now he has some feuds. Now he feuded with Chris Adams, One Man Gang, Iceman Parson, um, Eddie Gilbert. Now, what caused him to stop wrestling was he had, I can't pronounce the correct way to pronounce this, so I'm not going to butcher it, but he had a heart condition. That's what caused him to leave wrestling. No, it starts with a C. Yeah, basically. Because um it's not a lot of information out there about him because like I said, he did 2 years, and that's what caused him to leave. um let's see, that's what caused his early retirement. um because what happened, let's see, before a match, It was shortly before a match. This is how he found out something was wrong. Before his match, he was I believe he was in Fort Worth, Texas, and he coughed up a blood clot. And of course, go to the hospital, find out, yeah, dude, yeah, you can't do this. Yeah, you're gonna have to give it up. And that's when they diagnosed him with his heart condition. Um, and they said after many years of health problems, he suffered a stroke in 2001. And then on January the 17th, 2012, he passed away from his heart condition. Um, he had been dealing with that for over 25 years. Um, and he was 63 at the time of his passing. Uh, During his time in wrestling, now he did hold the UWF Television Championship, and he held the PWA Tag Team Championship one time. Both of those he held one time. And like I said, his career was short, but when to watch him in the ring, it was sad that it was so short because I remember we stopped seeing him, and I wondered where he went. And see, you got to remember that was back in the time where there was no internet. Um, and so it was like he's gone. He's just not there. But we didn't really know what had happened to him. And I was like, well, this isn't fair. Um, I hated to hear that because, like I said, to watch him in the ring was a thing of beauty. It was just absolutely awesome. Um, okay, so hold on, y'all. So that is our two. Um, do we got any questions? Okay, okay. Uh, Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse Ventura. That was my favorite.
Okay, you got Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse. I too have Jesse, but I have Jesse Ventura
I
and
know who you got him with.
Vince McMahon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would be my second. That would be my second.
I mean, 'cause I remember like when they first had King Kong Bundy, like, look at the size of him, Jesse. He's a behemoth.
Yeah, that would be my
You gotta get
second.
about 450 pounds, Vince.
Yeah, they worked well together,
Yeah.
but him and Gorilla was a thing of beauty.
Oh yeah.
The funniest thing. The funniest when Jesse starred, he started. Remember, Jesse was in the first Predator movie,
Yeah.
and so Jesse comes back to commentary, and so it was messed up. But Gorilla told him he was like, I liked it when you. He's like, asking him what part of the movie he liked, and he said when you died, and I was like, oh, Gorilla. Oh, that is so wrong. The way them two would go at it, it would be so hilarious. I was like, that was, I was like, I don't think you're supposed to say that.
My favorite message for Jesse is when he would call a match featuring Tito Santana. Like, there he goes with the flying jalapeno. And man, he was so freaking happy when Macho Man beat Tito Santana. He didn't know what to do with himself.
he, he was more happier than Macho Man. And I'm telling y'all, if you go back and look at some of those old at his old commentary, now some people would not be able to handle it. They would probably get offended. But it was funny because he would call Tito Santana a jalapeno in a minute, and I was like, I don't. Or, oh, one time, do you remember one time he called him a Mexican jumping bean?
And
I will
2026, not funny, but it is funny though. It is funny.
I will never forget that because I was drinking some. I tell you what, I was drinking some great Kool Aid, and as soon as he said it, I got choked. I got choked, and I was like, "Oh Lord!" I was like, "Did he just call this man a Mexican jumping bean?" And y'all, he said it with a straight face. That was the thing. That was the thing about Jesse. Jesse would say it to your face. He would call you all out of your. He would call you something, look you dead in your face, and call you whatever it was he was gonna call you. Then he would look at you like, "I wish you would hit me."
Then at one point he called the doggone Bush Records some retards.
Yep, yep. He didn't care about nobody's feelings. He didn't care about your feelings. If you were sensitive, honey, and that's why, and that was the thing. That's what made him and Gorilla Monsoon so perfect together.
I gotta find
Because,
that. I gotta find that. The first time the Boogeyman came out, I think it was them two on commentary. Oh my god, that was hilarious.
mm-hmm, because I'm telling you, whatever Jesse could dish out, Gorilla could dish it out too. Gorilla Monsoon didn't have a filter either. I was like, I don't think y'all supposed to say stuff like that.
Hold on, we got to add a caveat to that because sometimes, remember, like for some of the pay per views, it would be Gorilla, Jesse, and Bobby the Brain.
Yes, 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 yes. And now I'm gonna tell you something. Go if you go back and you look at some of the old pay per views, and if you find, especially look for the ones where them three are doing commentary. I'm telling you, you will get a laugh, especially when Gorilla would be threatening Bobby Brain. He would tell him, "You better shut up." And I'm like, if I was you, I'd shut up because I think he really about to beat the crap out of you. And I don't think Jesse gonna help you. I'm telling you, though it those was the good old days. The commentary now, the commentary teams we have now, like I'm waiting for Pat McAfee to return. I enjoy Pat because Pat, I would love to do commentary with Pat. We would probably get on people's nerves because we look at it as what we are, fans. So that's how you gonna get our reaction from a fan. You know, it would be how Vince had, make them wear earpieces, and I'm sure they probably still do it. No, you couldn't be all up in my ear because I take that out. You're not finna tell me what I am and ain't gonna say. I am gonna say what I want. And if you come now, you know how some of the wrestlers want to walk up on you and all that stuff. And I tell them, quit. Look, you might want to go on. I got a metal cane for a reason. Don't make me show you why I got this metal cane.
Now
They're
hold on.
gonna be like, that little old lady crazy.
I got a extra question. Now that I think about it,
Hmm.
out of all these people that we got now in the WWE, who can you see
Uh-huh.
being a future announcer?
On a regular basis that I would have to listen to every week. Uh, uh, well, yeah. I don't know if I could listen to him every week. I put him on a Saturday night main event. Yeah, or some pay per views. But if I had to listen to somebody on a weekly basis, Miz. Yeah, I I, I can see Miz. Oh, right, right. She would be good. And you know what would be really good too? If she, the whole angle she got going, you never know which Bailey you gonna get. Yeah. So yeah. That yeah, she would be good. She Ooh. What if no, no. I couldn't listen to him every week. Cause he might decide he gonna break out with a song or something. No. No. But you do know he is now the NXT champion. He won it last Tuesday. Yes, there was a whole ladder match and everything, and he pulled it off. He got that win. He got that. He went up that ladder and got that belt. So yes, Joe Hendry is the new NXT champion. Um, but you know what? Bailey and Miz as a commentary team. That that would be gold. Cause because that would keep him on his toes because he don't know which one he gonna get. And yeah, so and he could really, to see him you know, playing off of it would be awesome. It would be awesome. So yeah, Miz and Bailey as a commentary team, um, I would love to see that because what we got now ain't working. I'm tired of hearing Corey Graves and oh yeah, Corey Graves. Y'all, if y'all didn't know, he is teaching. He's a professor, honey. He's a professor. He's teaching a class about something, public something. I don't know. I was like, I wouldn't want him to teach me nothing. Okay, I can't cuss. Cause you never know when one of them little people might see this, and I have to live with them little people. Y'all don't. Oh yes, yes. What about him? I've seen him commentary, so I don't want to see him no more. I'm mad at him. You know what? No, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that because he would be good. He would be good. I know this because I've seen him do it. I saw him do it in WCCW. WCW, not WCCW, WCW. I seen him do it. So I know he will be good because he could talk. Now that would be another person I would love to do commentary with. I'm gonna tell you something. There is three people that I would love to sit and do commentary with. Pat McAfee, Paul Heyman, and Jesse Ventura.
And I'm gonna add one because he did commentary for a minute. Jim Cornette.
Oh yes, yes. How did I forget? Lord, how did I forget Jim? Oh, forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me for that. Yes, Jim Cornette. Yes, I would. Yes, I would love to just sit and do commentary. Yes, yes, yes. I would love to sit and do commentary with them. I'm talking about you. I would have a ball. I would have a absolute ball. I, I really would. I really would. After I stopped hyperventilating with Paul and Jim and Jesse, because you got to keep in mind, I watched these guys. I came up watching them. I remember when Paul had hair, and, and yes, Paul E. Dangerously was his. He. I remember when he had the brick phone. Okay, I've seen a lot of people get busted upside the head with that phone. I'm like, do you have a case of them in the trunk of your car or something? Oh, yes, Cornette and he didn't care, man, woman, or kid. He will hit you with, with a tennis racket, and I was like, I don't think you're supposed to be hitting women with tennis rackets. I don't think you're supposed to do that. What would your mama's? I was like, what would your mama say? So yes, so I would enjoy um I would enjoy that. I would enjoy just doing commentary with them. It would be fun. It would be fun because what we have now just irks. Hearing Corey Graves talk, I
Right.
just yeah,
Now, see,
yeah.
here's the thing. In this day and age of AI and all of that, Wouldn't it be cool if they could figure out how to do that and you could do that for the WWE game on PlayStation, where you could be the announcer with your favorite announcer? That'd be kind of cool.
Lord, if I could figure that out, if that was possible to do, because you can create all kinds of crap on there. If I could create where I could be on the commentary team and I could put Jesse or Cornette or Heyman, oh, I'm telling you, I would record it and I will have it over all of my pages and tag them in it. Oh, 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 oh. Because I'm telling you, I mm, mm, because those three, I've seen Cornette do commentary, and I have, like I said, my favorite has always been Jesse and Gorilla, because them two had me in tears. I'm like, I don't think you're supposed to be saying stuff like that, but it's funny. And then, huh? Yes, yes, yes. And then one time he said something about some bananas to him. Oh, I can't remember, but he said something to him about some daggone banana. I was like, Jesse, you ain't supposed to say that. And then, but Gorilla fired back off at him. It was gold. It was priceless. And I'm telling you, and then after Gorilla stopped doing commentary, um Vince took his place, and then it was Vince and Jesse, and that was a good matchup there. That was a good matchup there because you almost kind of felt sorry for Vince, because sometimes Vince would be look a little disgusted at Jesse, like, I don't believe you said that, and out loud, like you knew what you were getting into. So yeah, but whoo, the good old days. That's why I'm so mad that Triple H is so sensitive and everything, and he didn't like what Jesse said about that match between the what was it, the cage match, or what was it supposed to, yeah, the cage match between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. I said the same thing that Jesse said. Me and Jesse said the same thing. That's what you gonna walk out, because I was literally screaming at my TV. I'm like, oh, you better not walk out. You better not walk out that cage. I can't tell y'all what I called him, but it was nothing nice. It was some 4 letter words involved in that. I was like, you better not walk out the cage. And when he walked out, like he had did something, oh, that just made the cussing out even worse, because I, that's not what you do. And then, like I said, Triple H is gonna be in his feelings because of what Jesse said, because Jesse didn't go back your little stupid script. This is Jesse the Body Ventura. You don't tell him this is a legend. He don't go back no script. He know what he doing. He was doing this before you had even thought about getting into a wrestling ring. So yeah, you need to go somewhere and sit down and let him do what he know how to do. because he's always been good at his job. Thank you very much. I am so sick of Triple H. I don't know what to do. Um, let's see how much time I got left. I ain't got no time left. My time is up.
Funny.
Woo. Okay. My time is up, y'all. It has been fun. Now I will say this: I have started a Facebook page for Rumble Time, and it is called Rumble Time, and you'll see the logo here. You will see that logo right there, and you will see Little Queen is my profile picture. So you can just find me over on Facebook and give me a follow, and I will be making some videos and posting them over there. Um, while we are, going on break. So you can check me out over there. Oops. Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay. So yeah. So yeah. So the page is uh Rumble Time. So you'll be able to find me uh over there on Facebook, and like I said, I will be posting videos over there. So I appreciate everybody that came through. Um, this was fun. I can't wait till we come back. Um, uh, when will we be back?
Okay, we will not be on next week for Rumble Time. We will be back the following week on Tuesday. So that will be Tuesday, February 24th.
Okay, so we will see you guys on the 24th, and I hope everybody have a wonderful week, and I appreciate you coming in, dropping in. Bye.